Sally the Old Farm and backing up a double header again. I'm actually recording this one before you guys have seen the next one, and this is a almost live, I guess I call them. I'm recording the commentary live for at least the start of this video, and we've got a bunch of jobs that we can tackle today. But I have decided that I'm going to mow the alfalfa. So one field is completely ready, and the second one is in the... It behaves like grass, I believe, on this map, and it's in the state where it can be mown, but it's not at its maximum yield. And my thought is that if I mow it now, it'll get them both at the same point, and so in the future we'll be able to mow them both at the same time and get the same yield. So that's ready. Both the grass fields are ready, and the barley is ready. So June is going to be a very busy month. Our grass in the cow pasture has germinated, which is also very cool. There are many baling contracts, and I am intending to do a ton of those off camera. I worked out that actually we'll jump into the map in a second. Let's just get to where we're headed, which is here. So I was talking last time about wanting some maize or corn to chaff, and my plan is, I think, to grab field 18, which has got corn in it. So I think we're looking at buying field 18, field 32, and probably field 65, which is down here. Yeah, but our farm's going to get a little bit spread out, but I might then sell those and buy some fields closer to the farm, or closer to the pig farm even, for next year. So yeah, I'm going to probably bang out a bunch of baling contracts, and that's going to give us double profit because we'll get paid for doing the contracts and we'll get paid for the excess silage going through the BGA. So probably getting through a few of those. I was just thinking I need to turn the conditioner on, but we're not running Maize Plus, so that's not a thing. Running through a few of those contracts will probably get us the cash we need to buy those fields. And what I'm thinking is I want to buy those as soon as I can so we can get them fertilized if we need to, and anything else we might need to do to maximize the return we're going to get off of those. Yeah, so that's the plan. That should hopefully sort out the pig feed. The pigs we've obviously had overnight now, so about half a day, and they ate about 500 liters of food. Not that much. Their health is maxed out, and they've jumped up to be a quarter of the way through the breeding because that progress happens at the end of a month. So that's really cool. Yeah, made sure all the other animals have got food, and yeah, I thought this would be a cool little job to get done. And as I said in the last video, I'm really enjoying playing on here at the moment, so that's what I'm going to do. This is the stuff we don't get anything off of, so it's fine if I go over the edges a little bit. I'm going to make a mix of small bales and normal size bales. So small bales for feeding the horses because they need a mixture of food still, even without Maize Plus. And then I'll do probably I can't decide whether I want to do round or square bales for feeding the sheep. I'm not going to do all mini bales because that would just be a bit of a pain to collect them all. Yeah, but we've got the option to do either for those. So thank you. There we go. And I'll sort of lift the mowers up. Yes, back on here and getting some work done. No, I need to just shuffle that across a little bit. So let's drop the mowers back down again. And I think this is not the first time we've mown alfalfa, because we have got a few alfalfa bales. But I think it's the first time we've had a full crop of alfalfa. Because I think when I mowed this field last time, it was not fully grown in, because we were just grabbing it at the end of the year. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what we get off of here. It's not a bad looking crop, actually. It's not a bad looking crop. It's no Terra Life Alpha looking texture. But hey, it doesn't look bad, does it? I obviously am a little bit biased, having been playing on Paligny last night with Paul and Nightcloak and Modelisha, and seeing some of the textures on there up close for the first time. They do look very nice. There are so many of them as well. It's yeah, really looking forward to getting stuck into playing a bit of Terra Life and the plan. And plans change, obviously, particularly with me and how life is. That every week I'll host a stream a week, and we'll be playing Terra Life, not just showing stuff off as we've been. And on a Friday, Paul will be doing another Let's Play stream from there, or gameplay stream, which will probably be in English, but I guess some weeks might not be if I can't make it. Yeah. And probably, yeah, by the time I release this video, that's going to have been quite a while ago, because I have got a few videos stacked up. Well, not really. I've got like one other Barley the Old Farm video. But it might be this video is probably going to come out on like Sunday or Monday, I think. I'm not sure. The previous one is queued up to come out on Saturday, so yeah, probably how it's going to work. I think I'm still kind of winging it a little bit to some extent. Not ideal, but it is how it is. And with a long weekend coming up, that's going to persevere a little bit. And into next week, I've got this week, depending on when I release this video, I've got a very busy start to the week at work. I've got a new guy completely joining the company. First day is on Tuesday, so yep, and it means I'm in the office for a couple of days, so will mean I'm quite busy at the beginning of the week and not doing stuff so much. So with the driving into the office for a couple of days, I'm going to be pretty tired as well, so we'll see how things go. Got the car back. Got the car back. Day are we on? Went in Tuesday, got it back Wednesday, and haven't really driven it very much, but it sounds infinitely better not having a completely dead turbo. And it wasn't too insanely painful to have the repair done. It's a benefit of using a local garage that I've used a lot before, and yeah, I was gonna say I don't think courseplay. It's not worth trying to courseplay this. It's way too small. It's gonna take a very tiny amount of time to get done. And I wonder if we could probably make use of the little tractor to TED this out. That'd be kind of fun. So I'm going to make it into hay. You can use just alfalfa windrow for the feeding, but I want to turn it into hay because that's how I am. And yeah, we'll maybe see if we can use the little tiny the reform, I believe it is, to do that job. And just because it'll be a bit of fun. That tractor hasn't had a huge amount of use. We've been mainly focusing on using the McCormick and the Case to get jobs done, because they've been a bit more relevant to what we've been doing. In slightly bigger jobs have needed slightly bigger tractors. Obviously, the Zetor doesn't have a 3-point for doing anything like that. Yep. And the little New Holland that we bought is going to live over at the pig farm for doing stuff with the pigs. Let's just grab that last bit. There we go. So if you did, this is the first video I've recorded since the Thursday stream. If you did watch that and unless you're deaf, there were some sound issues. I have since done a bit of work and resolved those. Not choosing resolve. But yeah, it was something that I used to have in the early days when Kartek and I were doing multiplayer. And it's something to do with my laptop. It's everything that I've read said that it's basically power noise getting into the audio channels, and the way that OBS is bringing in audio. It's weird that it only does it with certain things, or a certain way that certain method that OBS uses to capture audio. It doesn't do it on game audio, for example. It doesn't do it with my microphone. And it doesn't do it with the new piece of software that I'm going to be using. And well, actually, it's a piece of software that I've had forever, but I don't use normally. Which is the software that came with my microphone. Okay, mowing finished. Had to take a quick phone call, so just finished the mowing up after that, and I'm going to leave the mowers on because we do have the grass to cut as well. But let's have a quick look. Our header only needs 80 horsepower, which I think, yeah, the reform is good for that. Do we have a windrower? We don't. So we're going to need to pick up a windrower. And we've got 50 grand in the bank, so we can probably do that. Let's have a quick peek in the sales. Ooh, we don't need another tractor. I think I was in the sales before. It would have been good if the other one wasn't in there for a tractor for the pig farm. That would be good if we had to go any distance to deliver the logs, but we've got the Zetor. That's the yarder, isn't it? I've never used that. It's tempting just to have a play with it, to be honest. Ooh. That's in the sales. Because we're leasing one of those at the moment. It's very tempting to return our leased one and buy that, actually, because I'm making good use of that. I'm going to do that, actually. And we'll buy the windrower at the same time. So let's run down to. I'm going to make sure the store deliveries point is set to this farm, and we'll return the leased Kessler. Yeah, so let's just drop down a store deliveries point there. We're probably, I'm curious actually, what have we spent on leasing that guy? Because we've had quite a while, haven't we? I think it tells us in here. I've only spent £1,300 on leasing it, actually. So maybe it's not actually worth buying it for 20 grand. Maybe we wait and buy something bigger. Yeah, maybe we wait and buy something bigger, even in the sales. It's not worth it. But yeah, that I would only be buying to try out for fun. And I kind of feel like maybe we should just lease it if I wanted to do that. How much would it be? Yeah, it only cost $2,000 to lease it. I think if we wanted to try it, we should just lease it. And I might do that at some point just to have a bit of fun. But we want a windrower. What mods? So we used that modded one, and that was kind of fun. I'm not a fan of that one, actually. I'm not a fan of that one. We've got the Vermeer one, which is 8.5 meters. That's not a bad bit of kit. 3.7. We can't afford that though. That's a shame. I've not really used much of the hay and forage pack. Or do we just lease one for now? We can't actually run either of those anyway, so I'm wondering whether I just lease quite big for quite small areas. Can't run that. I always end up using the Samaz. But I ended up going out to Mod Hub and installing another mod. So we are going to get ourselves this guy. 30 grand. It feels like it's about the right size, 9 meter working width, but it's quite compact. So we'll get wide tires because they look super fat, don't they? It does have some color options as well. So, you know, just to be, actually, no, we're not going to do that. None of you are shocked, are you? None of you are shocked. Let's jump back in the reform. And yeah, I think with all that other stuff, it really does seem like it's not going to be worth us buying it. And forestry wise, I think once we've cleared the area we own at the moment, I would like to buy another area, but I think I might go bigger with forestry kit. So, and with the yarder, I just want to have a little play with it, I think. So, and it's not really the map for doing yarding, is it? That's meant for kind of areas where you've got lots of elevation change and stuff. So, yeah. Maybe we'll just lease one and have a little play with it and move on. And with what I was doing last time, actually just using the chainsaw, limbing them and cutting them in half and dragging them with the Z-Tool worked really well. It really did. I almost didn't need the Kessler to in fact, I wasn't using the Kessler, so yeah. Maybe we'll just stick with leasing it for a bit and go from there. Why am I windrowing this when I need to TED it first? Oh, I've got myself all out of order. You are out of order, sir. Well, we can just spread it out again with the tether, I guess. Oh well, nothing like knowing what you're doing. We could do it repairing as well. Actually, we could. I need to whack the major surface mod on here because we're at 33 hours, so we could probably do with chucking this guy through a bit of a service very soon. But for now, we will. Yeah, we could do with that. And this one maybe is not so important because it's probably not going to be doing huge amounts of hours. Yeah, it's probably going to be mostly doing grass work, stuff like that. Now that we've got two slightly larger tractors, I'm probably not even going to run it on the feed mixer because it did look a bit comically out of scale. We'll probably use the case on the feed mixer. It looks comically out of scale on the tedder as well, but let's ignore that, shall we? I am liking these kind of grassland tractors at the moment on Raybach. I've got one of the grassland tractors. I've got the utility truck. Yeah, I'm enjoying playing with them. They're fun. They're fun little bits of kit, And nicely done. The Giants ones, so they've got nicely done interiors. Well, I think they do. In reality, this is probably a really basic tractor, which is why the interior is really basic. You know what I'm going to say it's missing, because you guys probably know me. It feels like it's got the controls for it just there. It should have a front loader mount. A little mini front loader would make this thing awesome. It really would. I don't know why Giants don't do it with the small tractors that they put in DLCs. It would make them so much fun. It would make them so much fun. I still wish that the mini quad track could have a front loader on it. I would use that thing in every save. Instead, I've never used it, I don't think. Oh well. Oh well. We will stop whinging and we will get stuff done. So yeah, I think this field I will make regular size bales out of. And the field by the BGA I will make at least some horse-sized bales out of. And by that I don't mean bales that are the size of a horse. I mean bales that are an appropriate size for me to feed 2 horses. Yeah, actually, I guess the other good thing is that if I am harvesting some sugar beets and some potatoes, I believe I can feed those to the horses, although actually the root crops that get added to those might just be the new root crops. So yeah, we might need to think about growing some of those next season as well. We'll see. We've got plenty to do in June. Am I still playing on 2-day months? I am on 3-day months. So I think we can run the game at ×5 pretty comfortably and not have any problems. I am going to skip rows because this thing seems to turn like an oil tanker. That'll make my life just a little bit easier, and actually to make that even easier we will automate said row skipping, because as you know, as I sometimes say, I can be a bit of a lazy farmer. Yeah. And we're getting some nice hay made for the animals. So this is going to really be exclusively for the sheep and the horses. I don't intend to use it for the cows or the pigs or the chickens, I guess. I don't know if chickens would eat hay. Yeah. I won't be using it for any of those. So it's needed for the horses to get them to peak feed, and for the sheep it's an option for getting them to peak feeding levels. So and we don't need to go down that run, so let's just lift up the tedder, get the turn done, and then we will run those last 3 rows, and then I'll go ted the other bit of field, and then I'll come back when we're windrowing, because otherwise it's going to be monumentally long, and some of you might like that, but I have to talk through it all, and that can be a problem for me. So yes, a little bit of an update on the improvised animal sheds or expandable pastures. I have probably said a few times it failed testing on on some relatively minor stuff, which I have fixed, and then I passed it on to someone to have a quick look at for me to kind of sanity check that I hadn't missed anything. And they asked some very sensible questions about some things which to me were blindingly obvious as the person who made the mod. So there's a couple of bits that I need to update, some of them in the text and some in how things work. So we've got a 3-day weekend here in the UK, so I might get those done over the weekend and try and get it submitted for next week. Yeah, not in a rush if you can't tell. Functionally, it works just fine. There's just some little bits and pieces to tweak on it to one, to improve kind of actually probably to make my life easier, to reduce people asking questions, and the other is to just help with usability. Yeah. One is very easy, the other might take me a little bit of thinking. So, yeah. Well, hopefully it will be this weekend. It depends how much thinking it takes me to fix one of them. But yeah, it's something that I don't always do, but I think it is a good idea generally to get someone to cast their eyes over mods before you submit them, because you can get, when you make it yourself, particularly for me, because I have quite a high jank tolerance with things, I will accept things maybe not being either, something that's obvious to me isn't necessarily obvious to someone else, or something that I accept as not being completely perfect when you're releasing it, maybe you shouldn't do. So yeah, I need to get those fixed, and then we'll resubmit. So there is kind of benefit in it failing testing for that sort of reason, that I get another go over it, which is good. Really hoping that the cows are going to graze now I've replanted that grass. If not, I'm going to be mowing the heck out of it, and I might actually remove grazing, because I'm not sure, without Maize Plus, I'm not sure it's giving me a huge amount of benefit. With Maize Plus, I'm really comfortable with using grazing and how it works and stuff, but yeah. I'm just not used to playing the game without Maize Plus, I think. It's part of it. It's part of it. And it's different. It's different. It's really weird how little the animals eat and that kind of thing. And like thinking about things different. It's like I was saying last time about producing chaff. I mean, it's like, I can probably produce chaff by mowing grass and putting it in a bunker, and it will get converted by the game into chaff, even though it's a completely different process. Yeah. And, if you guys, again, if you know me, you'll probably know that's why I'm planning to buy a cornfield, because that process to me feels wrong. So I did consider chopping the wheat field, because we've got barley as well, but I think I want to harvest the wheat or grain, either to give to the chickens or to sell. Right, you can be folded up, and let's put you in here actually for now. Make use of some of the other sheds. There we go. Let's go. I'm going to grab the windrower, re-windrow this that I started. Then we'll break out the balers. No, I don't want courseplay open, thank you. So the scale of this farm is actually quite nice, because I'm not really relying on things like courseplay too much. Right, I am going to get this windrowed, and I will be back with you guys in a bit. windrowing is all done. I decided to do square bales for the larger bales, but I've got the baler set to the smallest size, which is 180 centimeters. So we'll get some kind of medium-sized alfalfa hay bales, I guess. And then I've got the small baler ready to go to do the horse-sized bales. These are going to be, what, 6,000 litres each, which is pretty good, actually. Yeah, these are going to be sheep feed, and then the small bales will be part of the horse feeding. I'm not going to bother collecting them on camera. We'll do that off camera. I'm not sure if I'm going to auto-load them or just stack them and bung them in a shed. With how far they've got to go, I might just stick the front loader back on here and do them manually. Need to buy another weight, I think, so that I'm not constantly shuffling the one weight that we have between jobs. Although it's not actually attached to the other tractor at the moment because it has the motors on it, so maybe it's not a problem. And then next time we've got either grasswork or combining. You can see the field of barley off in the distance there, looking rather, well, just like a block of yellow colour, because it's far enough away that that's what you see in Farm Sim. Yeah, and as I said, I'm going to try and get a bunch of the silaging contracts done as well this game month, so that we can generate a ton of cash to buy the land that we need to. And I am going to Mr. CDP those, and the money will go up, because I think that's probably the best way to do it. I might have some of them running in the background when I'm doing the next few videos, but I might just kind of hammer them out between videos as well. Depends how I feel like doing it. I am not sure. This might be, yeah, this is the first, because when I moved across from PlayStation to PC, I re-brought a bunch of the stuff. This is the first time this baler has been used. Right. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's nice having more kit now and bigger kit. And this is really just bigger in size than what we had before, but does make the job a little bit easier. He said bigger kit as we look across the field at our next run. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to bother breaking the trailer out for this, because I'll probably stick them in the shed just there. So really not worth it, I don't think. Before I do the grass fields, I need to work out what we need of silage versus hay. We feed the cows. There we go. That didn't take too long, did it? What I'm going to do, I think, is just finish off this bale. Let's just run around here, because I don't want hundreds of little bales. So, yeah. Let's just complete this one. And that seems like a good idea to me. A little bit more. A little bit more. 1 litre. Come on. There we go. No. That's slightly more than 6,000 litres. Okay. There we go. Right. Cool. Let's go unload that in front of the shed that they're going into. And we'll jump in the other tractor. Okay, they're going to go in here. Alright. About there. Can't fall over. Yay. No? Wow, physics. Obviously some sort of gravitational anomaly there, or I am just an utter genius to balance that perfectly. Although the center of gravity does not look right there. All right, into this little guy. So we will probably get a lot of bales off of here. We'll get even more if we lower the pickup. And turn the baler on. All of those things will really help. They really will. They really will. So what are we getting in here? 600 odd litres. It's not bad. It's not bad. So, yeah. Not sure how we're going to collect these bales, but it's weird how it's counting them because we've definitely made more than one already. Guess it's when they drop off the back. And the numbers aren't maybe aren't going to be too insane. So maybe we're going to be okay. Maybe we're going to be okay. Wow, look at that's the damage on the baler. But look at the damage on the tractor already. We repaired it at the start of the job, and that's the problem and why you need the major service mod. Now we've done a little bit of work and we are already pretty damaged. Although no, because I don't have the mod which is showing the thing that we've got selected. Ignore that. Ignore me. That's on a different save. What we should do is probably toggle. No. 4-wheel steer. That'll improve us getting around corners. That'd have probably been better when I was doing the windrowing as well, wouldn't it? Yes, it probably would. Maybe we might just come around with the little John Deere and pick these up by hand, I think. With how few there's going to be. Yeah. I'd forgotten this was a 4-wheel steer tractor. But actually, I'm quite happy with the number of bales that we're going to have. Yeah, because the 2 horses aren't eating that much, so this is probably going to be fine. So they don't need that much alfalfa hay. That's why we're making the little tiny bales. Let's turn that off, unload. We got 10. And I don't think we're even using that. At the moment I've got how much in there? 1,000 litres. And each one of these, yeah, we're not even using a bale a month, so we'll be fine with that. There we go. So I think I will probably make some hay with that as well, and then the base food is oat, so that will be good. So if we make some small hay bales as well, then that will make the horse feeding much easier. In we go. There we go. Let's switch you off. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to shift you across. That hay bale can stay there for now. I'll stack the little horse bales in here. Make some hay bales as well to go with those. At some point, we'll bring the alfalfa hay bales and put them in here. I'll do that between videos. We then need to get this fertilized. And we've got plenty to do next time. So I say thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. You are all awesome. Yeah, we've got a ton of stuff to do, which is really cool. But yeah, the nice thing about these guys is even without super strength, you can just pick them up because they're only 35 kilos a piece. And we're just going to be able to bring them in here and stack them up. And that'll be that. But we are done for today. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, click the like button. Any comments, questions, or suggestions, stick them below. And I will see you next time.